Hello everyone, my name's Larry, aka Simudad. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Roadcraft. I hope you are all well. I hope you can hear me. Just having a little bit of trouble with the game a sec, so me just I don't know why, but my Streamlabs is not capturing the game a sec, so let me just sort that out. I hope you're all well in the meantime. Let me just reload the game and we should be cooking. Just got a little early morning stream today, hopefully to wrap up to wrap up Sunken. That's the plan, at least. Hopefully we can get the game showing on screen any second. Come on. Come on. Why are you not doing this? Because it knows that I am doing a stream on a day that I don't normally do it. Come on. Right, hang on, let's do it a different way then. I just don't know why this doesn't. Right, we're gonna have to do it like this for today just to get going, because I don't know why it's decided today to not work like it normally does, but that's where we're up to. Morning Rusty, loud and clear. Did they introduce a night cycle and not tell you? Yeah, I don't know if it's updated. I don't know if it's done something overnight. No idea. Normally it just works as a screen sharing that specific application, but I don't generally like to do it the way of just sharing the desktop, because then if I tab out or anything. I had a Windows update, maybe that's it. Yeah, it could be. Anyhow, right, so we've got, coming into this today, we've got 4 main objectives left according to the stats, 3 sides. We have done some preparations between streams, so we now have for the tasks that we currently, the objectives we currently have available, we've got everything we need. So we've got enough steel pipes. We just need to transport those over to the resources station, which is what we're going to do next. And then we've got enough steel beams to drive over to where they need to go, and I have already loaded those into a mule down here, ready to drive. So that covers off the main objectives. The 2 side objectives that we've got the infrastructure route. I have finished that. I just need to place the route down. So that's what we were doing last stream, which was down here. So we built that bridge, we laid that sand, and between streams I built that bridge here, cleared all the pipes out of here, so we should be good to set that up today as well. And then we've got concrete slabs in our resources, so we just need to lay an infrastructure route down for that one, so that should speed things up a little bit. So the first things we're going to do is we are going to load up these pipes. Get those over to the resources, and then it'll just be a case of the sand you laid for the route. Is it a flat section or on a hill? I believe it's on a hill. Oh, also, actually, one other thing I forgot to mention. is over here. One of the very first streams, we laid down a bridge marker for, there's like a lighthouse station or something over here. So I built that bridge there, and I also built a bridge over here where we kept falling off. So we'll try and get over there at some stage as well. Yeah, I might struggle. Yeah, I might struggle then if it's a hill. The trucks are there, semis, towing tankers, and they can be a bit iffy on sand upgradings. Alright, that's cool. What we'll do then. Do a wrong button. So we need to plot. Start plotting. So we'll plot the route down. We'll see what happens, because then we'll know if we need to make any corrections. Because if we need to make corrections, then I'd just probably like to get that out of the way relatively early. I don't really mind that we're plotting over an existing route. Don't need that anyway. There shouldn't, in theory, be any conflict of drivers per se. Yeah, we'll just lay it down and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be fine, but lay down a bit of bit extra sand, or a bit of, we need to tarmac the section or something, then better to know. Is that the route that you took down there, or did you find it? I mean, from what I remember when we were laying it down, I think it was pretty smooth. So if they do struggle, it should in theory just be a case of coming over there with the where are we even? That's not even the right route, is it? Not even there. God's sake. That wasn't even the right route that we were plotting all that time, so we'll have to go back and delete all those. have checked that beforehand because it just put me on an infrastructure route, so I assumed that it was right one. That's over here. Right, let's for the sake of clarity, we will just give them a watch to make sure. Like I said, if it's a worst case scenario, though, we will just have to run the paver over it and add a little bit of tarmac. Back up a little bit. Right. Good one, guys. Good one. Yeah, we may end up having to tarmac it because if they're struggling just on this. Because it's, well, there's 10 trucks that'll have to come this way. Oh, that stopped us on the bloody hell. Yeah. Alright. Good job, guys. Great job. So they need to. Okay, so that one's coming over too far. At least it resets them. Can you imagine how much of a pain it would be if we had to manually recover them when they crash and got stuck here? Yeah, that would be a mega pain. So that one wants to come over a little bit there. Should be fine. So yeah, I think you're probably right, Rusty, that we'll have to come through here with the paver. Put some kind of tarmac covering on it. And here comes some more rain. Morning, Chief. Morning, Mr. Farker. I hope you're well, my friend. Welcome in. Just having some AI troubles at the minute. Alright. I'm going to leave that for a sec, then we'll come back after and we'll cover a layer of tarmac over the top. Is that the track you were laying a few nights ago? Yeah, it was. That was the track that we laid on the last stream. Sadly, not to be. It'll be fine. We'll just put a bit of tarmac over the top, and that should hopefully resolve the traction issue. Let's get these over to our resources. Don't do that. Sorry, I can't be of more help. Just remember it's a huge pain and end up tarmacking most of the route. Morning, Mr. F. Morning, Rusty. Kalani, my guy. Sim, what's up, bro? Kalani, my friend. I hope you're well. Welcome in. To a early morning stream for me, late night stream for you. We'll just be going for a few hours here, probably till about 11ish my time. And then I've got some bits to do around the house. To pop into town, etc. And that's not really what I wanted to happen, but that's fine. So we're just going to get these all loaded up, drop them off to our garage resource storage, and then we can lay down some infrastructure routes from there, and then we'll drive our steel beams over as well. Supposed to be gardening and hedge cutting today, but it's already 23 here. It's supposed to hit 28 by early afternoon. That's all going to wait for another day. It's quite on and off rainy here for the last couple of days, so no gardening would be getting done around here. My mother's coming tonight to stay for a night, so that's why I took the day off. Just needed a day to mentally prepare myself for it. He's only staying until tomorrow afternoon, so that's something. And my sister's coming as well, so that's not too bad. Right, let me... Right, get those secured on there. Only reason why you haven't secured the full amount? Let's get this moved out of the way. Hey Rusty, sorry I'm not talking much, but falls real quick. Nah, it's cool, Kalani. There's no pressure to talk, mate. Yeah, it's 9 at night here. My mum's fine. Her and Joe spend most of their time in our garden talking flowers and deciding what the next project's going to be. Right, why is that one not secured on there? There we go. Yeah, my mum's fine. Like she doesn't come up much. She's probably like 3 times a year or something. She lives in Cornwall, which is about probably 4-hour drive from mine. Finally got your wheel yesterday. That's nice, mate. Nice. Sister is another matter, though. My sister is another matter. Very little time for her. The conversation is always about how ill she is or how the doctors don't understand her needs. Yeah, I've got a sister that I don't have much time for either. So I feel your pain there. Different reasons, but it's just the nature of family sometimes, unfortunately. So hopefully all of these stay on, because I'm quite conscious there's 3 at the back that don't seem to be actually strapped down. But we'll get these dropped off over our garage, then we can set up the infrastructure routes for those. What I haven't done, which I probably should have done, is I haven't looked at the infrastructure routes that are required to see whether there's any need for me to place bridges and stuff like that. We do have some spare concrete slabs and such, so it may well be that we end up having to put a bridge down if we need to, but yep, the old adage is true. You could choose your friends, but not your family. That's right, mate. 100%. I mean, like, I don't have any, like, it's not bad blood per se, but it's just easier on both parts to just steer clear. She does her thing and I do mine. We live on opposite sides of the country. Not really much need. What we'll probably do, actually, since this is going to be over this way anyway, exactly, mine's not bad blood, I just don't have the time for nonsense here. I think the thing that I've realised as I've got older is sometimes it's just easier. You know, life is short and life is complex enough, and sometimes it's just easier without trivial matters to be dealt with, you know. So So let's drop these off over here. Rusty, yes I am a lot. I just have to get used to it and get the KS wheel as well that came in today. Yeah, but right, there we are. So that's all in there now, I think. Let me just double check that that's 10 steel beams, lovely job. I did see a YouTube short actually of a guy who was playing Farm Sim with the they do like an officially licensed, I think it's Lamborghini steering wheel for the Moser. But someone was playing Farm Sim with it. I thought it was quite funny. Yeah, what we'll do, because this truck is over here now, we'll use this to load up the tarmacker and the roller, and we'll take that down to where we've assembled our bridge. It's not 100% smooth down there, so I'm expecting some, shall we say, issues with the tarmacker. But as long as we can get a bit of a covering down, something that the trucks can get a bit of traction on, then should be fine. As you can see, this is going really well. We'll try it from the other way then. Oh yeah, I know I'm going to get more expensive from here. I plan on getting the R12 base later. An extension rod they have and the load cell pedals. Must have been confusing as the SCV12 Moser wheel is chock full of all the F1 controls and gadgets. Here we go, come on. Right, so let's put the ramp up. Be super careful around here because we don't want to chuck our wheels off the side and tip the paver off the back. Pull up over here, we'll load the roller, and happy days. Ramp. Roller. That's not going to do very well. I'd like to get a few more Moser bits, but even if I could afford it, it's not something I would do until the space and funds for racing sim. Yeah, I think that's the thing, because some of the Moser stuff as nice as it is, like, don't get me wrong, Moser is firmly where my long-term plan is with equipment. As soon as I can afford it, I'm going to grab the Moser tracking bundle and get the upgraded pedals and stuff. But it's there's just so much of it that's nice that you think, oh yeah, that would be nice, that would be nice, that would be nice, that would be nice. And then before you know it, you're thinking, right, well, I may as well just get a proper dedicated sim rig. Because although I've got a sim rig of sorts, in the sense of I built my own, but it's out of like 2x4 timber with a car seat. So at some point I'd like to get like probably a proper aluminium profile sim rig. But then again, it's, you know, that's another £500 to £700 on top of more money. So suddenly your nice wheel becomes a big expense and temptation of more money. Let's just think, what's the best way? Probably to pull up here. Like the Moser tracking bundle, the ideal setup for me is going to be the Moser tracking bundle with the 3 pedal set, with the performance enhancement kit thing, and the multi-function stalk set that they do. So all in, that's like the best part of £1,000 before you've even... Right, so we've done that. So let's leave that there for a second. Right, next thing is... got a truck over here, which has got steel beams. So we'll track that, and we need to come over down there around that bit. Ooh. So let's roll. I need to have space in my workshop to fit a rig, as we will never have room in the house until my 2 elders take all their stuff. My workshop is chock full. Yeah, the only problem I've got, I mean, I'm lucky because I've got a room in the house which, when we moved here, it was very quickly I very quickly took it as my my office space, because I work from home. At the moment, I work from home all the time, but at the time we moved here, I was working from home as well. So it was very quickly, right, that's my office space. I need that for work and gaming, because I just finished or was in the process of building a gaming PC. So it was very quickly decided that this room would be my office space. But if we didn't have this room and I was to use the garage / workshop, my only problem with there is no power, but I could get power put in. I've got permission from the landlord that we could get power put in if I wanted to. And B, it's not leaky, but it's not watertight. It gets damp in there, so I wouldn't want to be putting expensive electrical equipment in there without doing some significant work in there. And as we don't own the house, it's sort of like, actually, it's not really for us to be doing that work. Obviously, if we owned the house, it'd be different. To be honest, if we owned the house, I'd probably just knock it down and start again, but get it rebuilt properly and different construction, stuff like that. But we don't own the house, so, you know, we don't want to be paying. That's part of the reason why I never went ahead with getting the electric put in there, because it was more expensive than I thought it was going to be. I mean, admittedly, I haven't had a quote recently, but at the time that I did get the quote, it was a lot more than I thought. So it was kind of like, not going to bother, because there's no real long-term benefit to us, in the sense of if we move out, then, you know, we've put the money in, and it's a selling point for the house then if the landlord decided to sell up or rent out to someone else. So How many hours do you think you've put into Sunken? That is a good question, my friend. I think... let me think. Let me pause here a sec. Give me 2 seconds. So if I go on my YouTube profile. So did 2 hours there, 4 hours there, that's 6, plus 5 hours there, so that's 11, plus 3.5 there, so what's that? 14.5. Plus 2.5 there, so 15, 17 hours streaming time, plus probably another 6 to 8 hours off stream scrapping and stuff and getting stuff ready. So probably like 20 to 24 hours or something like that. If I recall, we can nip down here. Yeah, I'd say 20 to 24 hours probably, and then by the time I'm done today, I'd say I'd probably go for about 3 hours today before I have to get off and really get stuff doing. That's the one struggle for me as well. I don't have the space to get a full sim rig in my room, and plus the things one will cost about 1,000 USD. Yeah, it gets expensive when you start getting like really into simulators. Not that it's a bad thing necessarily, but it does start racking up. Did a 4-hour stream and an hour and a half of just recycling. I feel I haven't scratched its surface, so that makes sense. Yeah, definitely, my friend. It's I don't regret coming this way first. I don't regret coming through to Sunken first at all. But I do feel like the easier path would have probably been Incommunicado first and then Sunken, in just the sense of Sunken is such a significant step up compared to Aftermath. It's like falling off the cliff edge. But yeah, it's a good map. My only sort of downside, if you like, or annoyance to the map is just the sheer volume of rain, just all the time. I'm pretty sure I ended up around 24 to 36 hours total for Sunken. I did get off some of the roads which up the time, but I would have been 24 hours at least if I hadn't done that. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we get down here? Yeah. There's stuff that I haven't done that I probably would want to do. Like, there's loads of scrap and stuff lying around that I would want to collect up and use. There's areas that I'd love to, like, pave over and make better roads, fill in completely, that kind of stuff. And I just haven't, because even between streams, it's kind of like I, want to be doing stuff that's going to directly speed up the next stream. Use the map to complete the objective. Alright, yeah. No, that's not it. That. No, that's not that one either. Ah, shit. Sorry. Open, right. That's the one. Right, sorry about that. I'm just starting to scrap collect for cash at present as my cash flow is gimped from buying vehicles. Yeah. I feel you, man. Right, so we've done that. Hasn't given us another mission as of yet. That's absolutely fine. So let's park this over here for a minute because we won't need that just for a sec. Right. Now the next task is, let's have a look at the infrastructure route. We started routing this one and we want to delete the entire route because we plotted it in the completely wrong direction. And we want to get it over here. Are we going to be able to... Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I need it to go down here, and I think that the AI is going to get stuck in a lot of this. Alright, we'll plot the route. Let's get the mouse and keyboard a sec. Pretty sure that they're going to get bogged down here, considering there's 10 trucks that need to come through. So we'll plot the route down, we'll see how they get on. It may well be that we need to just bung a bit of sand down there. I think it's in a radius for a quarry, so it shouldn't be too bad. Be resetting our vehicles. Back in 5 minutes. Couple of things I need to do. Yeah, no worries, mate. Right, let's give them a watch. No. It's not going to work out, is it? Right, let's cancel them off. Let's drag that over there. Drag that over there. See how they get on with that. That's not going to be ideal either. Right, I think what we'll have to do, this. Cancel the routes. Add a new route point, add a new route point, add a new route point. That's not. Tell you what, let's just clear the route a sec. I want them to come up here. Really. Down here. So I'm feeling fairly sure that we're going to need to drop some sand down along this way. But they are in the Varon, and that's a pretty darn capable truck, so hopefully it'll just sort of power through it. Dispatch the vehicles, let's go. Take what he's up to. It's interesting that they've got wood in the back when I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be taking. Oh, they're just taking reinforcement. I thought they were supposed to be taking concrete. Right, we want to watch this because we want to see where the pinch points are. Which actually gonna be quite... Oh yeah, we're 100% gonna need to put some sand down here. It doesn't show this water much on the map at all, to be honest. Although, no, it's doing it. Go on, lads, go on. Oh, go on. Bouncy around there. Probably done with coming through with the dozer anyway, just to move some of these rocks out the stretch. But for now, it's doing it. Can't see any issues with it making it to the last point, so that's fine. And that is... So that's doing it, so that's clearing that one off. Do that one still. Do the infrastructure route, which is steel pipes facility to the...
Now that we have those reinforcement plates locked and ready to go, let's save this town. Grab those plates and install them near the Maltville shoreline.
Alright, so that's given us another task now. Is that a side task? Yeah. Right, so that's a right. So it wants us to pick those up and put them in there. And that is a bit of a job to get down there. So this might be where we start need to thinking about putting a road in, or a bridge at least, or some sand or something, because it's going to be a nightmare getting our crane down there, I think. It might not be too bad. We might just need to sand along here, around there, and then we could probably come down this way. But we'll not lose time with that for a minute. We will let's go back to working this out. So wants us to plot from here to the production facility, which is over here. And that is quite the tricky business. We could come across that bridge, that would be awesome, but there is some kind of trains or something. Let's think about this. Steel pipes facility is there. Wants us to come out of there, and probably up here is the best route. Is that the best route? Otherwise, if we looking at coming out of there across the main bridge that we built down there, it's quite a long. I wonder if we build a bridge across here. Could just cover up this train track with a bridge. But that's going to require 15 concrete to do it. If we do that, we can come up. Let's just jump in the mule a sec. How's your morning going, Sim? Not too bad, my friend, not too bad. Dropped the kids off to crash, dropped the wife off to work. Got a day off work myself today. So I figured I'd jump on here, have a quick little stream. Try and get Sunken finished today. Ironically, I'm not sure that's looking feasible with the tasks that are ahead. But we're trying to get as much done as we can. So we're going to come up here. Not hit that. And then yeah, I've got to run into town after that. Gonna be able to come up here. Problem we've got is we are going to be dealing with AI. Not exactly reliable. Come up here. Good. Could potentially squeeze in there, but we definitely have to lay down some tarmac. Yeah, so once we're done here, we'll be wrapping up, and I've got some bits to do around the house, and then got to go to town, like I was saying. If we do that, we've only got 10 concrete, so and then we are, what am I, after that, yeah, then my mother's coming later to stay for a night. Right, I'm gonna do for this one, get over here, jump in our pavers and such, lamps down. How's your day been, mate? All good, I hope. Back, hey Rusty. You haven't missed much, mainly just in-map faffing around, trying to figure out some stuff. Stick a covering a tarmac on the top here. Try and spread it as wide as we can, because we can push it out wider with the roller. And hopefully that will just give us a little bit more to play with, because it gets a bit narrow in places. Yeah, I find with the paver, it as soon as there's like any kind of unevenness, it just hooks it one way or the other. Come on. So this isn't going to be the best road ever, but it's just for an infrastructure route, so hopefully it'll just be good enough. I can never keep that one in a straight line. Yeah, I'm not very good at keeping it in a straight line. I think it's 100% me, I think. But I also feel like steering on it's quite sensitive. Like soon you tilt the left stick slightly and then all of a sudden it's like full lock. Stick a little bit more through this turn here. So we're going to use the roller then to try and push out as wide as we can. Yo, here comes some more rain. Enough of that yet. Good for that. Right, let's get this back up the bridge. Need to try and figure out what we're doing after that. Rain in Sunken, surely not. Yeah. It's never rained in Sunken ever, my friend, ever. It's the first time. Let's get this truck out of the way because that is impeding us. There we go. The desert map is bliss. I intend to stay on it sometime. Yeah. How many maps are you? Is that the fourth map that you've picked now, or have you gone on again? Yep. It's pushed out as wide as we can. Just there, carry on it. Spin around. Did Incommunicado after Sunken. Yeah, that's right, yeah, isn't it? Because you got Precipice, Aftermath, Sunken, Communicado, and then Sandswept. Nice. So you've only got three maps left after that, then. Got till September to complete them before they bring the new maps for the DLC. Back for a bit, mate. You now tarmacking that big track. Yeah. Because the trucks are having a slight traction issue, as well as a slight routing issue on my part, but it's just a rough and ready tarmac job, just for the fact of giving the trucks a little bit of traction coming round. So we'll get this out of the way. We'll make sure our big truck is out of the way, and then we'll run the route again, and hopefully there might be some more fine adjustments to do in the actual route in itself rather than the path. Just truck this up out the way here. Although it's never really out of the way, I'm sure that'll be too close and they'll still blare their horns and stuff on the way through. The ramp up, we'll chuck this over here out of the way because they're not even going this way. That should be fine. Should be fine there. So let us go back here, and that's the one there, I believe. So dispatch the vehicles, spectate. I think should be able to pull through from there, and then it should be better after those ones because they'll be coming at it fresh. Yep, Deluge, which if it lives up to its name, I'm not looking forward to. Sojourn, and finally Colonel. A sneaking suspicion they're going to get caught here, which they definitely are. Fantastic. So we need to, I think, oh, you. So, what fail is here. So we want to bring that back a little bit. I think. Let's try that. Beautiful. For a side task, that one's been a bit of a thorn in my side. Actually, it's taken a lot of time. Happy days. So, in theory, that should just do that now. Oh, we've just gone up to level 8 as well.
That solves Mop Bill's fuel problem. Better clear your schedule for that statue ceremony.
Sure will. Sorry, so I'm just going to leave that now, and it'll just flag up if there's any more problems. But because they're coming at it fresh, it should be alright. They should just be able to wind their way right through that. As far as I can tell, at least. Cool, so what do we need to do next? Reinforce the shores of Montville. So we want to probably be in a sand quarry. Oh, bloody sand quarry radius. Why would we? So we want to lift those up, get those on the back of a truck. We want to get that truck then over here. Through that, which is going to be interesting. Oh yes, I remember this bit actually. We had problems with this early doors, didn't we? Just trying to think what's the best route from here. That's the best way through. We let's get the bowhead. Let's refill it with sand. We'll cover it back to the base. Let's track that. Yeah. Cover that to the lakeside base. Is that going to be... Hang on. Getting myself all confused now. What's the nearest base to where we need to go? It is the lakeside base, yeah. Lakeside base, let's roll. So yeah, by my calculations at present, we've got, this should be the last side objective. And then it'll just be, I think, 2 more main objectives after the one that's there. Because we're going to have to pass through this with a truck and a crane. Just going to dump a little bit of sand. Not here, this should be fine because the infrastructure route has been going through this no problem. I actually think the infrastructure route is probably finished if I checked. It's probably done, so I could probably cancel that. But yeah, we want to definitely put some sand down along the way somewhere. Because we're going to have to come through, not only we're going to have to come through with the crane, we're going to have to come through with the Zix as well. So we need it to be at least somewhat passable. Just unfortunate that it's out of radius of a quarry. So if so basically, let me just go on a sand across this bit here. I want to scope out this route through here. And we probably want to sand so what I'm thinking the route is going to be through here, around here, so we'll want the sand sort of there, and fill that crevice there with sand, and we can come up along here and hopefully have enough reach to get there. We'll see. So let's it's unfortunate that this is not in the quarry radius. And again, this is I'm not doing this to make a perfect path. It just needs to be passable. So we'll park this up here for a sec, and what we'll do is we'll get our... That is going to be in the way, so base to workshop. We'll have to watch out because they do need to be coming through, so we'll up a bit more. Sure, that'll be still too close to them. Vehicles, where's me? Dozer. Yeah, I was up here at the. I found this sawmill up here in the clouds, and that had some wood logs in it. Which were thankfully enough to build wooden bridges over to the lighthouse. Just knock those fences down, we don't need those. Worry about them. So we'll get this over, we'll start smoothing some of that sand out. It's a bit unfortunate that that sand is, that place is not in the radius of a quarry. It's, you take that quarry radius for granted a little bit. When you've got it, it's like, this is amazing because you don't need to worry. But then when you're out of it, it's like, oh, for God's sake, now I've got to drive all the way back. Like I said, probably one of my biggest peeves of the game is the fact that the back door doesn't lock. It's like you lose some of the sand on the way back if the road's particularly bumpy like this. Said we're not going for perfection, we're just going for passability at this point. Just need to make it a bit easier. For our truck and crane to pass. Let's hope they had a patch without a locking door. Be real nice, yeah. I agree, mate. I mean, it does really make a big difference when you were saying the other day about driving it in low gear, but it's just so slow. So that should be fine there. Back all the way up. And now we need to figure out a sand quarry radius. So if we drive up there. Hang on a sec, because this van's coming down. Get in before he gets me. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't beep. I thought there was 100% a beep coming there. So, I reckon if we just drive up this way a little bit, we should get to a sand quarry radius reasonably quickly. Yep. So spin around. Let's go. The track vehicles are so cool that you just literally just spin on the spot. Tiny bit more sand there. Really trying to think the best way through. The best way through might actually just be through this way. Trying to get better at doing this tipper control business, because I tell you, it's just end up with either just ridiculous mounds of sand, hello you and good morning you animals. Hello mate, how are you? Right, where's our best quarry from? It's definitely still that one. Early morning for you. Yeah, what are you like? Like 4 a.m. Just use A and X keys on the controller for tipping. Using the stick, I either end up tipping it all or spinning it and tipping in the wrong place. Yeah, that's what I've started doing. I did try a little bit with the stick. I was hoping it would give more of a finite control, but it actually was worse, because you'd either end up, let's say, spinning the actual bed, and then just as the minute that you've got it at the right angle, you end up with a big mound of sand nowhere near where you needed it. Or yeah, it just goes all the way up really quickly. So I've just started using the A and X as the primary. Somewhere around here. Come on. We'll use this slot to build sort of a ramp, if you like, and then hopefully we'll have made it enough. I think what I might actually do is, there's quite a lot of bumps there, which I'm pretty sure we'll end up losing a lot of sand. So I'll flatten this out a little bit first. Problem with this is actually I'm going to skip that first bump, because I want to it's not intended to or going to be my best road I've ever built on this so far, but it's just merely to add a little bit of extra less, or take away a lot of the potholes, so that we can stand more of a chance of getting the truck through. So what we'll do then is we'll get the truck down to where we need to go to pick up the barriers, and then we'll do that because we'll need the crane as well, the big crane. And then we'll take the crane over first because I want the crane to be closest to where we need to be. So, like that. Use this to make enough of a ramp. Yeah, I remember this area because this was like one of the early streams, and I kept falling off the bloody trying to go up through those houses, and I kept falling off. In the old Land Rover. I reckon if we want to put the sand about here. Unfortunately, that is not going to be enough. I think we'll have to come back here if we can get out of here. With one extra load. Yeah, this should be the last side mission, I think. Pretty sure, and then we should be golden for cracking on with the main missions. Then. And the next stream out, which I'm hoping will be tomorrow night. My mother's coming tonight. She should, because basically there's a place called the NEC, which Rusty and Mr. Farquhar know. But for Lynn and Kalani, it's like a big exhibition centre, like a massive, for want of a better phrase, warehouse, where they hold like exhibits and stuff, and they do a gardening and food show. And my mother and sister go to that every year, so they stop in on the way. It's not directly on the way, but they stop in on the way back. It's a slight detour, but from what I understand, it's quicker to drive to our house from there than it is to drive from there back to where they live. Instead of doing a full day of walking around and looking at the show, and then driving like 5 or so hours back to where they live, they drive the sort of 3 hours, 2:45, 3 hours, 2 hours, stay the night, and then drive back tomorrow then. So yeah, I'm hoping that they should be leaving, because she's got my sister, she's got a young lad, and she likes to get back to put him to bed when she's been, so I think they'll leave mid-afternoon, so I'm hoping I should be good for a stream tomorrow night. That's the hope, and it's more a case now of whether the kids play ball with that or not. If we spin the platform around. Hopefully that'll be enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'll do that. Spin the bed back round. That's my problem with the spinning bed, is it's fantastic when you need to like get into a tight spot, but it also is not great for me because I forget which way is which. So let's put the truck there for a sec and let's jump in the dozer. Let's make this ramp and then we can set about loading those support braces. Probably ideally we might need to see. When we bring the crane through, and we're going to use to knock that tree out of the way as well. We do need a lot of sand. Some of the sand over here. So dumper over, not the dumper, the dozer over here. So one more load down. It's not going to be a easy drive down here with the truck, but it should be a little. I'd like to think it'd be a little bit better now because we've done that, but we'll see. Probably turn out this is all a big, massive, monumental waste of time, but anything we can do to make it a bit more passable. And whilst we're doing this, it serves the added benefit of the infrastructure route that we've got running will hopefully have run its course, and then we can cancel that then, so that we're not getting in their way. So we're about to do, so we'll just pull over. I'm sure they'll still beep, so we'll get there. Grammy. Spin round. Right, so one last load of sand, and then we're gonna, come what may, we're just gonna have a go of it. What's everyone got on the cards today? Anything exciting? What I'm going to do, or what I should have done actually, but it's fine, is I'm going to actually just drive all the way up here, and I'm going to tip it down from gonna be a long Friday for me as usual. Too hot for excitement. You're not working today, Sim? Nah, I took the day off, mate, because my mother's coming later. So as I said earlier, I just needed a day to like mentally prepare. Nah, I just needed a day like to do some bits. She is coming, but you know, it's not that bad that she can. So yeah, I thought, well, I'll just take the day off. Got some bits to do around the house. Got some errands to run in town, so why not? Plus managed to get a daytime stream in, see what the fuss is about on a daytime stream. Should be sweet now. Come down from this way, it gives us a chance to hopefully get rid of some of these concrete bits as well. But that one's stuck in our, really handily stuck on our blade. That would make me go to work more. Nah, to be honest with you, I didn't need to take the day off, but I was just sitting there in work yesterday. I had a bit of a migraine brewing, and work's been pretty full on the last couple of weeks anyway. It's more like work politics type of stuff than anything. And I thought, do you know what? The fact that my mother's coming is as good an excuse as any to take a day off. So I just messaged my boss yesterday afternoon and said, oh, I know it's short notice, there's leave available on the chart, is there if I take it? But yeah. So I thought, man, this is in work, kids are in work, in school. So I do have actually got stuff to sort out around the house anyway. Mainly in my office. I got some stuff that I want to list up for sale to sort out, and there's a bakery that I'd like to go to in town that I never usually get a chance to go to because it's only open the days that I work. So I'm going to be exceptionally lazy, and I'm just going to recover this to the lakeside base. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. When the stream is done, I'm going to do that, sort my office out, go to the bakery, and then pick my wife up. Don't even know why I'm pretending like I was going to drive this back, idiot. So let's get this down to where we want it to be. Actually, first things first, let's check our infrastructures. Oh man, it's still going. Where is that going to be in relation to where we need to be? Alright, yeah, now we should be cool. We might get in this way initially, but the actual loading will be fine. So yeah, once we've done this, it looks like we've got a pretty hefty infrastructure route to put down. Forgot about those stamps. So spin that around there. And I think if we stick this all the way over to this side, then we'll do our very best to reverse our track into that slot there, which we all know my my parking skills are not good. What's going to be interesting this week ahead, I've got really got to start recording some more snow runners, so this is when the difference in controls is going to start showing. And because also what concerns me is because I didn't have the same length of time as some of the more experienced players playing SnowRunner before this came out, I think it's probably all going to have gone. Trying to think what's the best way to yeah. Take that. Hopefully this will be on secure enough footings that it will lift this up. Beautiful. Sneak this out first. Right, and here goes the improvements. So that was the easier of the two done. Hopefully we can bash this tree out of the way. Can. Now, hopefully got enough length over there to reach, but we will see when we get the these over. So strap those on. Last thing we want to do is be losing one of those. And hopefully we haven't torn this bit up too much for the AI trucks. Although they should be coming to an end, I don't think they'll have much more to do. Job. This worked exactly how I wanted it to work. I've got a real sneaking suspicion that we're going to have to put some more sand down here because I just don't know if I've got enough. Actually, I haven't done. Yeah, just not sure that we're going to have enough boom length to get them over there. Yeah, as expected. That is annoying. Right, let's do this then. So we just need to make a little platform, I suppose, or a little extension of the shore. Alright boys, I'm going to be heading to bed. It's 11 at night here, I'm feeling asleep. So have a great rest of your day. You too, Kalani man. Have a good restful sleep. And we'll catch you around sometime. You take care, my friend. The hardest part is going to be same. I'm potting around the house doing stuff, so if I miss something, be directing me. That's why I've got my headset on, but as I saw, dogs aren't good at multitasking, so I'm naive. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's alright, mate. Hopefully, that'll give us just enough of a buffer to be able to move the crane down there. Jump in the crane. Helps if you take the brake off. Right, so let's try that. Still not ideal, but it will definitely give us enough space to chuck the beams in. Let's lift this up. Right, so that's one. Now, what I do think we're going to have to do, somewhat annoyingly, somehow get the crane turned around. Is don't think it's gonna happen like that. Move that out of the way a sec. Need to do then. It's just the back of the crane is getting stuck on something there. So we back that up over here. Right, set the weights down. And then jump in this one. I mean, I'm not too worried about getting the trucks into a precarious situation here, because we can always just recover them. I must have done this one as I've 100% completed main and side quests on this map, but I can't for the life of me remember doing it. Old man brain's really kicking in today. Yeah, that's cool, mate. I'm sure there's like some kind of really obvious way that if, you know, like doing this that's not as much faff as this, but I can't for the life of me work it out. We'll let's lift it out of the water because it's dragging. Let's get it in its place. Beautiful stuff. The 5,900 for that.
Nice work. You
Save the town.
If they erect a statue in your honor, I hope they get your nose right.
Right, cool. So that's all the side quests completed for this map. Now we need to do an infrastructure route from steel pipes facility to production facility. So we start plotting. I found so many of the quests that I thought there must be an easier way. Couldn't work out. Maybe there isn't, and Saber made some of them cripplers on purpose. I mean, that is a massive potential for that to have happened. So this was the hard one that we were looking at. So what's the best way? my view, the quickest way here is going to be across this bridge, as we were exploring earlier. The problem is, it's going to get stuck on the train track, so I would either need to sand this bridge, or build a bridge over the bridge. And I haven't got enough concrete to build a bridge over the bridge, so the quickest, easiest way really, well, I say easiest, but the way that we're going to have to do it is going to be we sort of bring it around, and then we'll just follow this then. Out of here. Could go up here, but I just don't trust that they're actually going to be able to traverse that little bridge. At the point dead center, we could see how they get on. Just add more points in later. Too. Come up here. Yeah, I think if I had more concrete slabs available, then I would probably just build over that rail bridge, because that's the quickest way, it looks like, at least. But I just don't have enough, and to get enough, to probably be the rest of the stream sort of scrapping around. So this might just have to be the way. Just have to hope, cross everything, that this is going to be passable. Because I'd really love to get this go over there. Have I got vehicles? Do have that one. Just like making auto drive routes in Sim. Farm Sim. Yeah. That was fun. Actually, do you know what? Genuinely, that was probably some of the most fun I'd had in Farm Sim for ages, after you'd give me a little demo of how to make auto drive work properly. I mean, I don't feel like I'm done with Sunken, in the sense of I'd like to be, you know, I'd like to carry on, scrap around some more, make some more resources and stuff like that. But I am done with Sunken, in the sense of I want to get it finished so I can crack on with Incommunicado. So I really hope that we can get it sort of finished. Just shove that over there. That should be clear enough. Right, we've got nothing else to be getting on with at the moment, so what we can do That's our only objective, and track that. Hit the infrastructure route, open, dispatch vehicles, and then we'll just observe. Alrighty. Guys, come on. Right, so we're not doing that then, are we? It's fine. So that's 2 sharp straight out the gate. We come out that. Nope. Ah, you son of a bitch. I think it wants us to do this. Oh, you sucker. It's really, the way that that's laid out, I think it's really geared that they want you to go over the train track. Alright, let's have a look. So let's... I'm intrigued then, let's put you over there. Go over there. There. And you can go there. Yeah, I really think the way that that is geared, they want you to sort of come up out here, around, and back down through there. Go out that side over the train track bridge. We'll see if we can get it this way because, like I said, I haven't got the resources available to me to be able to stick a bridge. So that will be fine there. Let's drag this up here. Got a feeling this is going to need some sand because, you know, why not? If this doesn't work, then I think we'll have to explore the bridge, going over the rail bridge option. A lot of pinch points that I see there. Right there. Are we in a sand? We're in a sand quarry, so... Alrighty. It's because I don't think that that's gonna... Alright, let's cancel that. Vehicles, what are we going to use? Where's our bowhead? Actually, we'll just do it like this because it's easier, it's quicker. Barrage, bowhead, retain, yes, deploy. And then we also want to retain and deploy our dozer. We're at $110,000 though, Roadcraft dollars, which is not bad because we have bought a fair amount of vehicles on this as well. So, I already see this is going to be an issue here. Just gonna sand this bridge in as well, just to give us all of the options. It's quite funny actually that this is like a main mission. And they've put this so that it's inside. I mean, it probably makes sense actually, but they've put this as a main mission, and they've put this inside a sand quarry radius. Yeah, the side missions, they're outside the quarry radius. I suppose it makes sense a little bit because then it is like a completely optional, harder task to do. Maybe that's their thinking, and that's why there aren't any other more obvious options. Stick that over here for a sec. Get our dozer. Where are you, Mr. Dozer? Probably what I'll do, I won't do on this stream. I've really got everything crossed that we can get everything done on this stream to finish Sunken. But what I'll do between now and the next stream, when we hopefully start in Communicado, I'll jump on and I'll sell all of the stuff that I've got in production facilities, like the rest of the beams, the pipes and the concrete blocks, so that will give us an extra little bit of cash boost onto the next I won't do that on stream. Maybe I will. Maybe if this turned out to be like the last job, which I sincerely doubt, but depends what time we get done. Try and clear some of these stones out while we're here as well. Time flies in this game. Before I know it, I've been sat for 3 hours. I feel like I've only just sat down 10 minutes ago. Yeah. I did it the other night. Not last night, the night before, I think. And I sort of sat down. Wife had gone to bed because she wasn't feeling very well. I was pretty knackered myself, so I thought, I'll just do something real quick. On here, nothing stream worthy. I think it was the night that I did the all those pipes actually. And yeah, before you know it, it was like midnight and I'd been sat there for like 3 hours. Right, now we'll do a quick pass back this way. Little stones, I don't mind too much. Well, folks, gotta head to work. I'll catch you later. Have a good day, Lynn. Appreciate you, mate. Right. So let's get over here as well. I do think we'll need to put some more sand here actually. Park that there for a sec. Let's get some more sand in there. Just cover up this little muddy spot here. Back in the dozer. Let's chuck this up here for a minute. See that being a problem, but it's should be alright. Alright, let's hit the spectate. And hopefully they'll just not drive over the rocks here. Alright, we'll cancel this again then, because you Let's try that then. Oh, you're okay. So a little bit more sand needed probably there. That may well degrade over time. AI's giving me all the love. All of the love. Alrighty. Chuck that in there. Definitely 100% going to need some sand there. Probably will put some more sand there. Okay, that's fine. Come on, mate. Job. I said it's a bit. I think the quickest way here would have been to go over that rail bridge, but I don't think you could have done it without at the very least sanding over it, because AI with the train tracks, in my experience from the route up to Lantevkin Castle, not great. So I think you would have at the very least had to chuck the load of sand over the top of it. Or at the worst, put some concrete slabs down. But with any luck, this will be fine. I couldn't really see any mega risk points. And down here, all of this looks fairly dry mud. Move the train, so it should be, with any luck. And it's just slow watching them. But we've got no other tasks that we can be cracking on with at the moment, so we may as well watch them. Do you know what I'm saying? So we were I'm trying to think now. I think 3 tasks, 3 main objectives and 4. No, or was it 4 main objectives and 2? Getting confused. I think it was 4 main objectives that we had coming into this. This will be the so this should leave us with 2 jobs left, I think, because we'll presumably Kelly will come in after this is done, give us some kind of pep talk. Go on, Kelly, and then give us some more jobs to do. Hopefully they're not too bad. I think in the end they just spent about 4 to 6 hours creating asphalt roads over a lot of the main transport roads just for AI travel. That's what bumped up my time on this map. Yeah. It's I think because obviously the vibe that they're going for is rain. Rain, wet, damp, horrible conditions. So I think that's why there's a lot of boggy mud patches of road. I think there probably is a bit of value actually in being able to do that. Go down and around and just make a good, decent connection of roads. Like this, I would have liked to have probably done a big asphalt road connection through this estate, but it's just I want to progress onto other maps. Like I was saying, I don't feel like I'm necessarily done with Sunken. What are you failed on? What, because you drove off the path? Yeah, so I don't feel like I'm necessarily done with Sunken. There's still loads more I want to do, but I'm done with it in terms of wanting to get the quest, or get 100% and then move on for the sake of the stream, and then just revisit Sunken on my own time, depending on how much sort of between stream work needs to be done on the other maps. And like you said, there's loads of resources on here, so if needs be and I'm running short on money, then I can always come back here and scrap around and find all the yellow sellables and find all the concrete and make loads of slabs to sell and stuff like that. So that's what I think I'll do, is I'll just get the level complete, and then so just need to let it pop now. Another couple of them going through. I reckon as soon as this one goes through, that should pop and say we've completed that. Salt mine. All of this just to get some expensive mining toys back. It's not hard to imagine that there's more to this than meets the eye, but finish line is in sight. Better focus on that. Okay.
This order's coming right from the top. The drilling machine that you recovered from LaRoe's quarry? We need you to deliver it to the port, and the drilling machine from the lava quarry to the railway station. There's also other mining supplies for both locations. But you can plot a route for our trucks to deliver them. I know, that's a lot of hassle in drilling machines. Expensive ones too, so be careful with them.
Right, so that infrastructure is operational, and that's got a bunch more trucks to run through. Then so evacuate the drilling parts from the southern mine, which is there. Do we get there then? I want. I see. Okay. Interesting. Infrastructure route is from where exactly? Over there. Finish passage to the port. And then recover the drilling equipment from the northern mine. That's up there. That is... Right, so this one's going to be the most labour intensive by the looks of it. Right, so let's do that one. Track that. So it wants us, if I'm correct, it wants us to go up there, get that out of there, onto the back of a truck. I'm assuming, although actually we've got that thing down there. Just trying to work out where we are. Where's my bearings? To be honest, I don't really 100% remember coming up here, but we definitely did. Right, let me get my mountain base is right there. That's handy. Let's get my big crane over here. Oh, actually, probably could just do it with this, with any luck. And we want to be going down here and around, I reckon. Go up this way. Let's get a bit of all-wheel drive and diff lock on. Straightforward. Cool. So hopefully these jobs don't take too long and we can get it wrapped up, because these will be the last 2 jobs, I reckon. So two objectives when we came in, and there's 4 left to do. Route failed. So I'll do this a minute and then we'll have a look at that. Assume we've just gone off track somewhere. It's probably actually, let me just have a look. Same bloody bit again. So what we'll do in that case then is we'll add a new point for that. See how they get on with that. So here somewhere. Let's hope that I can. Well, sneaking suspicion that this is going to be too heavy. Oh, it might be right. Oh, guys. What I have got a sneaking suspicion though is it's going to be too big to fit in the bed, but we'll make it work. It wants us to deliver this to. Where does it want us to go to? The port, doesn't it? Is it the port? Oh no, this one wants to go up here. do that. I think I used the mule for the drill rigs as well. I handled them better than I expected. Yeah, to be honest, it's just a bit of laziness really, because I think it can handle them, but also I just gonna get in the crane and bringing it down, and then getting the low boy, bringing that down. So we'll mooch on up that way. We'll cut through that other quarry and up the way where we laid the cables, and then we'll drop this off, and then have 3 infrastructure routes to lay out then. Well, 1 extra mine piece to get. Should be straight through there, yeah. I'll just go up and over there, and that'll be through that quarry we drained out. Thought we were going over then. It's my Mr. Farquhar special, that is. Just instead of slicking a winch out, stick the anchors out. Reduces the risk of rolling exponentially. Come on, little buddy, let's go. Sweet. It shouldn't be much further from here then. Need to look at where that truck failed. double check. We can't turn around. Another cut through here. I have to see where it wants its infrastructure route from. Cut down there. Nearly there for delivery. I don't 100% know if we can get that way, but I'll just go the way that I know we can get. This map and its missions are a bit like a road that never ends. Every corner you go around, expecting it to be the last thing, confronts you with another 10k of roads. Yeah, that's it. The thing is, I don't hate it at all. Like, I love it, but it's been such a long time on here, and just with streaming it, it's like I want to like progress on. Let's chuck this down here. Spin this round. No, it's good. The game has proven to be real value for money, just like SnowRunner. Oh yeah, 100%. Right, so that's that done. Right, now I want the infrastructure route, which is... which one? That one can be stopped because that's done. That one can be stopped because that's done. This one, where's the one that needs attention? There. Is it? You sneaky little bugger. Alright, so let's do a quick repair job on that then. And then we'll plot that infrastructure route for the other one. And we'll go and pick up the other bit of the thing. Sorry, because they're digging away there. Here. Let's get this down for flattening. spin around and we'll do the other way. Yeah, I'm hoping the last two routes that we need to plot are going to be a bit easier than this. Right, infrastructure, maintenance, dispatch vehicles, go. So, done that one, and we need to track an infrastructure route. It's not that one. It's must be this one, isn't it? Is that one? To where? Loading station, which is right. Okay. So we should be alright, because it's got to go through this quarry, and this quarry is not exactly ideal. Right, let's do that then. Stupid man. So it wants us to go from there again, and it wants us to go way up there. It's a bit of a pain that you can't put one route directly into the route points of another route in the same road. Makes things a little difficult on narrow track. Yeah, I would prefer it if you could do that. Right, so I think the problem... the problem we're going to have is I tore this road up pretty bad because I put the electric thing there. I think that's going to make it a nightmare for AI vehicles. Alright, let's just come on. I think becoming increasingly more likely that I'm going to actually get this finished because I'm rapidly running out of time, or I have to get off and start doing stuff, which is a bit annoying. I'm pretty certain that this is going to fail. Even across here is pretty hard terrain. Alright, let's dispatch. I'm not going to bother watching them because we're going to need to... I'm going to expect that they're going to fail. Oh, this one as well is hard. I assume what we need to do is pick these up, put them here, make the pathway across. Okay, big crap. Oh my god. Right, I'll tell you what we're going to do, because I am not going to have time to finish this now, and if I do this route now, then it's it's going to leave us one tiny little, like, 15-minute stream. I will look at where that failed, though. And it failed straight there, look, so what I think we're going to end up having to do is literally just sand this whole entire path. At least all of that where it's been dug up, and we'll see how we get on with the rest of it. But I'm not going to do that now. Sadly, we are out of time. I've got stuff to be getting on with, so I'm going to leave the stream there. I think we cheated on that one and brought the big crane down and lifted that off the top and onto the wagon. Alright, good to know. But yeah, so we're going to leave it there. That does mean there will be another stream on Sunken, unfortunately. It may well be, depending on how much of this I can get done between now and the next stream, I will look at doing as much of the sanding as I possibly can between now and the next stream. I want to scope out the other route that we'll need to make as well, so that I can try and do some prep work on that. So it may well be the next stream ends up being like a combined Sunken and Incommunicado stream. But I am sort of out of time at the moment, so what I'll do is I'll put a thing out when I'm doing next stream, hopefully tomorrow night if I can, if not maybe Sunday. But until then, guys, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I've had a great time. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe if you've enjoyed the content and you aren't already subscribed, and I'll catch you on the next stream. Take care.